Today, we're diving into something really powerful, the gentle wisdom of learning how to be less judgmental, not just towards others, but maybe most importantly, toward ourselves.
So let's start with a question that kind of flips a common idea on its head. What if seeing the world with less judgment doesn't make you a pushover or foolish, but actually makes you wiser? What if it's the key to seeing things more clearly? Let's find out. First things first, we need to be on the same page about what we're talking about. Judgment, in this context, isn't about having an opinion. It's something very specific. It's that lightning-fast assumption that you completely understand someone's inner world, all without knowing a single thing about their actual story. And this slide, wow, it just lays it out perfectly. It's like a tale of two ways to see the world. On one side, you've got judgment. It leaps, it reduces, it condemns. It's fast, it's easy, and it closes you off. But then you have its wiser cousin, discernment. And look at the difference. It's slow, patient. It sees the messiness and the complexity of people. It seeks to understand. It doesn't close your heart. It opens your eyes.
So, if judgment is so limiting, why is it our default setting so often? I mean, why do we do it? Well, that brings us right to our first section where we're going to dig into why our brains love this shortcut. It's all about the ego's quick defense.
Let's be honest with ourselves for a second, right? In the moment, judgment can feel good. It's a rush. You get this quick hit of superiority, this feeling of righteousness. It makes you feel safe, like you've got it all figured out. It's a way of taking a messy, complicated world and putting everything into neat little boxes. But really, it's a defense mechanism that helps us avoid the much harder and sometimes uncomfortable work of truly understanding.
And here's the catch. This armor that we build for ourselves out of all these quick judgments, it doesn't actually make us strong. It makes us rigid. It makes us brittle. It stops us from growing. And it means we're easily shattered when we come up against the world's real complexity. So how do we trade that brittle armor for some real, flexible strength? Well, let's move on to section 2. We're going to get practical here with a guide to actually developing discernment. All right, so the source gives us 5 really concrete steps you can take. It's about changing the question from what's wrong with that person to I wonder what they're going through. It's about noticing what sets you off, giving people the kind of grace you'd want for yourself. And this is a big one, seeing their behavior as just that, a behavior, not their entire identity. But the final step, practicing one simple phrase, that's the one that ties it all together. And this is it. These 5 simple words, this is the phrase that can change everything. I don't know the whole story. Just admitting that to yourself is like hitting a pause button. It stops that whole cycle of judgment right in its tracks. It's this little moment of humility that opens up this huge space for curiosity and, maybe even a little compassion. Because, let's face it, we almost never do. And why is that phrase so powerful? It's because it reminds us of this one fundamental, undeniable truth. What we see of a person, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Underneath the surface of every single person you meet, there's an invisible battle being fought that we know absolutely nothing about. Let's make this real with an example. Okay, so you see someone behaving in a way that you instantly label arrogance. It's an easy label to slap on, right? We've all done it. But what if the invisible battle driving that behavior is actually a deep, profound fear of being insignificant? All of a sudden, that behavior isn't about feeling superior at all. It's a desperate attempt to feel like they matter. And just like that, your whole perspective shifts. Okay, let's try another one. You interact with somebody who just seems cold, distant, unfriendly. The snap judgment, they're just a jerk. But what if that coldness is actually a wall? A wall they've built to protect some very deep, very old wounds. Suddenly you realize their distance has nothing to do with you. It's all about their own survival. And condemnation, it just melts away into understanding. Now, it is absolutely critical to be clear on this point. This is not about excusing harmful behavior. It doesn't mean you don't set boundaries. Of course you do. What it means is that compassion is actually a more accurate lens for seeing the world. It gives you a more complete, more truthful picture to work with. Okay, so what's the big payoff for doing all this hard mental work? Why bother shifting from judgment to discernment? Well, that brings us to our final section, the freedom of compassion. And the benefits here are they're profound. When you let go of the heavy weight of constantly judging everyone, you literally become lighter. Your mind isn't so busy, so it gets quieter.
Your relationships get deeper because they're based on reality, not assumptions. And this is the big one. Your own inner world becomes a kinder place to live. That constant, harsh self-judgment, it starts to soften. And this really gets to the heart of it. This whole practice, it's not just about other people. It's a feedback loop. Every single time you choose to offer compassion to someone else, you're practicing how to offer it to yourself. The way you see the world out there is almost always a mirror of how you see yourself in here.
So, as we've wrapped things up, I just want to leave you with this question to carry with you. Think about someone in your life. Heck, maybe even think about yourself. Who could you see more clearly, more completely, more truthfully, if you just chose not to see cruelly?